Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we take you back to those days when you'd get up early on Saturday, grab the biggest bowl of Fruity Pebbles you could find, and plop down on the floor right in front of the TV. Or the days you'd run home from school, grab a huge bowl of Fruity Pebbles, the biggest bowl you could find, plop down on the floor in front of the TV. That's right. Tonight, we're drafting cartoons from the greatest decade of the 1990s, all on the 8th episode of the Northeast Philly podcast. Gentlemen, how you doing this evening?
I'm happy now.
Yeah, I'm assuming from watching the intro tonight, USA just scored against Canada in the what I would call the what is it? The Rumble in the Jungle Part 2.
Ice Dance Championship.
It's boxing on ice. What did they do? They threw down gloves and
The first
within the
9
first
seconds.
9 seconds or something the other night 4 times.
Yeah, the first 9 seconds the other night. It was insane. It was
3 or 4 throwdowns, I think, and they were all scheduled. They we're next, right?
yeah. They,
you
they,
just
they had a group chat. The Kachuk brothers and whoever the third guy was.
yeah. Well, I what do you think? The Chuck brothers they drew straws to see who would throw gloves off first, or is it just what's his face was getting the face off, so he said it might as well be me.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. I'm doing good. Doing good. I was looking forward to this one the most. We said we weren't going to allow cartoons and 90s series. And we said cartoons were kind of off limits because they were special within themselves. Fuzzy, the 90s cartoons, what did it like? What was your
Come back to
Oh, my boy is deep into this game. So JV, what is what was your typical 90s like cartoon thing? Like, when did you
I'll be
experience
back.
them? Yep.
All right. For me, for the 90s cartoons, like, what was like my routine? Is that what you were asking? Or
Yeah, where did you how were you watching it? Like, you in your description, you said like, yeah, it could have been the morning, could have been the afternoon. Like, what was yours? Like, when did you
I
which
was
ones did you
usually
get?
the Saturday morning type. Um, my mom worked third shift, so she was usually sleeping when I'd get home from school. So we had to keep the TV real low or stuff like that. So we just went out and played just so we didn't have to worry about it. We could just be ourselves. But Saturday mornings, she was off, even though she slept in. Um, but I've always been an early riser, so I'd get up and I'd be the one watching it, while everybody's still asleep, and nobody cared if I was loud at that point. So that was me. I was a Saturday morning kind of guy.
Um, so don't take offense to this. I'm gonna call that the bubblegum cartoons.
That's fine.
Like,
That was
or you know what I mean by that, right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So I
I'd
think
say later in the 90s when I was into high school, and the ones that carried over into the 2000s
yeah.
to when I was into college, like that was more of the late nights, doing those things that college and high school kids do, kind of cartoons. So I did
Like,
kind of shift a little bit.
well,
But
yeah, right. So like I think that was what I was going to get to. I think the 90s, the list that we're going to do is like some of these cartoons. So some of the cartoons the earlier cartoons stick with me for nostalgic purposes.
yeah.
Some of these cartoons that I'm about to like name are kind of like, I don't know. They kind of had a lasting impact. I'll still watch them today.
Yeah.
I'm not throwing back on Hanna-Barbera, but
Oh,
I'll
I will in a heartbeat.
yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That was I could have swore before we started this that we said any era, and I know I was watching the reruns of the Hanna Barberas. There was nothing new coming out, but that was my jam. That Saturday morning, with Hanna-Barbera on. That's where I lived. The short little ones with Grape Ape and Space Ghost and all those guys, those short little short little stories that you'd get. That was my jam.
Yeah, they and it's so funny. Those are the ones that I think I was bubblegum cartoons in the 80s, and then I shifted to a more tone, like not I don't want to say serious tone, like and that's being ridiculous. Like let's we're still talking about cartoons, but I'm just again looking at my list. I'm like, wow, there's some of them have a heavy tone to them.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So we're going to get back into the draft at this point. Hopefully we get Fuzzy back on in a little bit. But I want you to take a look at your list before we do start. And as you're looking at it, are there any I want you to do a count that you think will be on either one of my list or Fuzzy's list. I'm interested to see what you think the overlap size will be, and then we'll do an over under on that one.
1, 2. Of my list, I'd say there's probably 3. I'll give it 3. That'll overlap.
I'm giving you 6 of mine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, looks like we got him. Is this you, big boy?
Yeah, it's me. I had to go pick up my idiot son because he's the worst communicator ever.
Well, listen, I hear you. Do you have your list with you? You're gonna do this?
Yeah, I got it.
I love you.
All right.
Road trip. So, we're before you got called, I'm going to ask you the same question we got to JV. What was your 90s cartoon watching routine like?
Um, I'm trying to think. So in the '90s, so I was more '80s. I mean, I did watch cartoons in the '90s, but I also in the '90s I played sports on the weekends. So I don't really watch that many '90s like that I can remember. Like for me, like because I thought we were doing '80s like cartoons, and I thought it was a cartoon. The one show I was gonna do. Do you remember Photon, the laser tag
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
It came on at 6 a.m. on Saturday mornings, and I used to sleep over my best friend's house, and we would play it
You would
like
have
with the
did
TV.
you have the toys?
Sure did. We had
Yeah,
everything
so did I.
with the helmet and everything.
I had the toys.
Yeah,
The laser cannon, the thing that you had to
yeah.
point, it never worked.
No, never,
Yeah,
never worked.
never. Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
dude, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
yes.
Yep,
So
I was
I mean,
there.
I do. So the '90s cartoons that I have, they they were more like after school cartoons, and obviously one pick, was it was a famous cartoon. So
All
I'm
of
just
mine, are should be considered legendary. Like I'm not gonna be like that guy who's gonna have a niche '90s cartoon that people are like, what? All of these are acclaimed, I believe, to some degree. So nope, no judgment. We're not looking for hipster shit picks here. Um, but
was hipster even a thing in the '90s?
I'm sure emo. Like I'm not looking for like a weird emo pick. But we
My
already
my
did.
so my so-called teenager life. No.
We already did the initial draft run prior to the show starting, and hopefully you trust me, but this was the order that it did go. It went JV, Fuzzy, and then me. We are running snake style.
I call collusion.
Um,
Ruxin does not approve. Don't make me call my brother-in-law Rafi.
okay. The draft is noted. The draft is under protest at this point. We do I agree. It's really yeah. Okay. It's under protest. Let me go to hold on. Going to the judges. What's that? You don't. What's that? You don't. Oh, you don't give a fuck. Okay. All right. The judges don't give a fuck. Okay. So that has been confirmed by the judges. It doesn't matter. So
Cool.
with
Yeah.
the first round, first pick, we have JV on the board.
All right. Mine was my first pick is one that at least at the time I thought was pretty adult cartoon and a grown up cartoon. You know, for a young kid, it was a bit up there. Going for my number one was Ren and Stimpy.
Uh, so I never really watched Ren and Stimpy. It's not on my list,
You
and
idiot.
I see I see clips on it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
Like what?
it's definitely one of those ones now going back. You're like, wait, we watched this as kids?
Shaving a yak, weird
No
shit.
wonder.
That was
No
on for
wonder we're messed up.
5 years that one. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was definitely a weirder I agree, a weirder one. It had a lot of like some really gross animation that the first time you ever saw detailed, gross, like weird stuff. That's a good pick, dude. That's a
Shit
good
was
pick.
wild. That was wild. That show was wild.
That was a great show. Good pick.
Yeah, thank you. I loved it. I loved watching it. I was never one to run home and like, oh, the new episodes are on, but every time it was on, caught it on a rerun for that week, whatever it might be, I watched it.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like my first pick when we get to it, I'm like that too. Like I didn't run home and watch it, and we didn't have DVR in the '90s. So, but like
Yeah.
I would watch it.
You had your
You know.
VCR to record it.
No, I didn't record that
If you could
shit.
figure out how to stop the flashing 12, you're in good.
I had Betamax.
I did. I had Betamax and VHS. We did have both because my dad wasn't sure who was gonna win the wars. So Betamax is way better quality, was what he used to tell his friends. So with pick 2, round 1 is going to Fuzzy.
So for me, it's still in the air. I don't know how it hasn't been canceled. I, do- I it's amazing that in today's society, it's still in the air. And you guys already know what it is. It is South Park. South Park is my number one cartoon of the '90s. Um, the first time I didn't watch it until like a year after it came on, and I remember I was at a house party. I worked at the nursing home, the guy, and like I was the new guy there, and they were inviting me over, and I went over with my buddy Sean, and we were drinking, and they were smoking weed, and I was watching this show like, what am I watching? And then I've been hooked ever since. And then, I went to I saw the movie and I saw the movie when it came out, I think in '99. We got tickets because Modell's ran a promotion and a bunch of us got free tickets and we ended up going to the Ritz downtown and watching the movie there. And then I just the whole, like, they don't care. Like, they made fun of Scientology, and when they killed Chef, they used voices from other shows. Like, I don't know how they're not canceled.
Now,
I don't know.
has Chase watched it?
Yes, Chase has watched South Park.
Yeah. I'm just listen. Just asking. I'm saying it's a show that came on. So the
I
show
think it was 90. I think it was 98.
97. So
It might have been like late. It was definitely like late '97 then, because I believe if it was, it probably came in like before the end of the year.
So
And
here's my first into South Park. My dad and I and my brother were sharing the video of the very first. It was the Jesus Santa battle. And they had sent it out as a Christmas card in college, and that's what became the basis for South Park the show. So like I had known it as like I guess an internet meme type thing first. My dad and I
well,
loved it, and then we found
it
out it was
was.
turning into a show. It was kind of like The Simpsons was like on Tracy Ullman show. It was just like one of those things where it was
Right.
just like, but this was even more like it was just two college dudes getting together and having fun with it.
Right. Well, that's where what's his name? Hartman's character came from basketball with the psychouts in basketball because that came out before the movie. That came out before the show, and he does. Hey, I'm a big fan of it," trying to psych the people out, and he did the Cartman voice, and it worked.
I thought basketball was in like 99.
Right. I thought basketball came out afterwards.
Yeah, wait, I think you need to shut up.
And then maybe it did. I thought it came out earlier
Yeah, just shut
because
up.
they were
It's like-
because like
I watched
Trey Parker and Matt Stone were nobody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I was watching
96 I think is
the,
when their bootleg one came out.
Yeah, the series premiered in '97, and I remember watching like a behind the scenes or something like their anniversary thing that they were doing a special, and they said Cartman is supposed to be Archie Bunker. Like, how could you put Archie Bunker on television again in the '90s, and you had to make him 8 years old? That was the only way to do it.
Oh my God, that's phenomenal.
Yeah,
Not wrong either.
right.
No, it's 100% on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not wrong. Oh, nice. All right, here we go. Last pick in round 1 is going to go to the Batman the animated series.
I
Yeah.
knew it. I friggin'
Yeah.
knew it. I
Has
knew
to.
it.
That
Has
was
to. And I'm also
That's
claiming the one that comes after it, like the one like this show ended in 95, but then in 96 there was like the new animated series, but it was just a continuation of the series essentially. Robin goes into and everything. But so I'm claiming that as part of the whole series. I don't want to split it up into two different.
damn it, now I got to cross off half my list.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
So to me, this is one of those. This was shown in prime time first as like an hour long. It changed 12-year-old me because it was like I thought we were going to see a campy Batman. I hope they weren't going to ruin what they had already done in Michael Keaton's Batman, and the Batman Returns was coming out that year, so I was still high on Batman, and I was worried about this, and this was amazing. I think they changed the way they did art style with this. People have cloned it. They drew on black paper, if you know anything about the series, and it also this is where we got Harley Quinn from. You have an amazing Joker, Mark Hamill, Kevin Conroy as Batman. That's the voice. Like everyone knows it from the video games. He just passed away, which is
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he just die?
yeah.
So you talked about this one being on primetime. Dave checked in on the Facebook stream saying that for him, at least in the early 90s, was along the same lines with the superheroes of X-Men, Spider-Man, Super Friends, and then, getting away from the cartoon and going to American Gladiator, because that's a great Saturday morning. So thanks for checking in there, Dave. Anybody else, if you have anything you want to add to the stories we're telling, tell us what your favorite cartoons or how bad we screwed up on our list, please drop it in the chat on Facebook, on the YouTube channel, wherever we're at, wherever you're watching us from.
Yeah, Saturdays used to be wild because you would have that, and then on Sundays, Glow Wrestling would be on, and that was it.
Okay.
We're just ladies of wrestling.
That's all that was on Saturday and Sunday.
All right, we're gonna wrap around into round 2. So with the that's me, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
This one's not going to be quite much of a shocker either. I'm not even sure if you guys can guess it at all. But it's going to be Spider-Man the animated series. This one kind of came out after Batman. This was actually really bright and vibrant compared to Batman the animated series, but really good retelling of the story, very recaptured Peter Parker, kind of made. There was like a lot of bad Spider-Man stuff prior to this. And and I think this was a nice like reset. I think this kind of rebooted a lot of Marvel cartoons for the 90s. There was an Iron Man, a Hulk. But this Spider-Man animated series, and they had a crazy rule: no guns, like is like lasers and crap. So
that makes sense. You gotta watch out for the kids. You gotta take care of the kids.
yeah. So the Batman had guns, but the Spider-Man animated series, no gun rule. Little cheesy at times, but had a really good Venom and everything else. So I'm gonna throw that out there. Did you guys watch that one?
It was probably another one of those ones where I caught episodes here and there.
Yeah.
Wasn't a religious thing for me.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Wow.
Fair enough. There you go. You're back, buddy. You're back.
So the only thing that I've ever seen was the one, like the video going around where the girl asks to see who Spider-Man is, and he shows her the face, and then you realize he leaves. It's like I hope it's a fake video, but it's the one where he's leaving the children's hospital where everyone's dying.
That sounds pretty dark.
Yeah, it
That
sounds. I don't know. I must have missed that episode. Jesus.
Yeah.
Must be a meme or something.
No, it's a video. It's a video.
Oh. All right. No, I can't say I recall it, but you're up, dude. You're around your second pick. And did we just lose him?
Nope. Oh, he's back on face.
Oh, look at you gorgeous.
Can we go back to the phone?
Did your face get fatter on the break?
I hate you both.
Oh. Okay. I wasn't even trying to judge you. I thought it was more of an observation, actually. I'm sorry.
So, for me, going a completely opposite direction of South Park, and it was I don't know why I watched it. It came back on when I got Disney Plus, and it was Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears. I don't know why.
Dancing here and bouncing everywhere. I don't even know if that's it.
That is.
Oh,
Shut
wow.
your mouth. You know it is.
So here's I'm going to be 1000% honest with you. I thought this was an 80s cartoon.
It came out in the 90s.
Okay. This is the bubblegum cartoons I was kind of referring to. This was the Saturday stuff. I did watch it, and I was waiting for, as Dave said earlier, I think I was waiting for like American Gladiators to come on, and like I think Spider-Man the animated series was on that, like in a little bit. So yeah, I caught Gummy Bears by accident, not because I was like, oh, Gummy Bears is coming on.
Yeah. Accident.
Okay. I'm not lying about it, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure you love that one. Get out of here, dude.
It was not on my list.
Oh, I did not know it was a 90s show. I thought it was 80s, but I would not put them 80s anyway.
Yeah.
I need judges ruling. So if anyone's listening, if you know about the Gummy Bears and if that was a 80s or a 90s show, please tell me. You're up, JV.
All right. My next one was a little more popcorn, still got a little intense for the group that was on there. I would say my next pick was Rugrats.
Oh God, I hate you both.
Why both?
Well, yeah, wait. What did I have?
Yeah,
Anything to do? What did I?
Even I'm standing up for you. I'm like, why Keith? He didn't say anything.
What did I have anything to do? It's not even on my list. It's nowhere near my list, dude.
Stop it right now.
It's not. It's not on my list.
Oh God.
I'd hate to break this to you, Fuzz. Are you talking about the Adventures of the Gummy Bears?
Was it an 80s? I swear it said 80s.
1985.
I thought so. I remember watching it, I think, with
IMDb.
my sister. You lose, sir. You lose an actual. Thank you very much, judges. I could have sworn. Let me format.
I'm sorry. The final episode was the 1991. That's what I looked at the wrong.
Hold on.
There was
Format.
9. Yeah, no, 95 episodes. God damn.
Yeah. Wait. Where's the strike through on this son bitch?
That's crazy.
Am I the worst? I should just highlight it red because you suck. There you go.
And we also said we weren't doing 8. We were doing all times, and then you changed it in the middle of the day. So you just can grow the fuck up.
Yo, how about you
No,
guys
hey,
go
I'm with
back?
you on that one.
How about you guys go back to the last episode? I could have sworn we said 90s.
Do we want to do that?
Sure. I mean, you
No, 'cause
you
I
have
already
the.
rewrote my list. I erased all my stuff. So no, I'm good.
So
No, I meant, do you want to go
that's-
back to the last podcast where we said it was gonna be the 90s?
No, I don't pay attention to that shit.
I know.
So Dave checked in, and Dave Chahoki is Melissa's uncle, who was at the Eagles parade and got his picture taken with Stoutland, Kelsey, and a banged up Cooper DeJean. He got his picture taken with him after the
After the
he
chain
jinked
attack.
Yeah, that big ass chain, as he said. That was like that was one of the most wildest parades just ever. Not even like there wasn't a sober person. I really think the cops were drunk.
Well,
I really do.
here's what it took so much longer just because they got off the bus and said hi to everybody.
And
And
say-
then there was a lot of buses. I don't know
There was
what it was
19.
like at the first parade, but
There
it
was 19
ridiculous.
buses.
We were down
And-
towards the beginning, and it just kept another bus and another
And-
bus. I'm like, there's not this many players.
And
There's
another
more
one.
buses than the players on the
And
roster.
another one. And Saquon Barkley picking up a grown man like me picking up a cat.
Yep.
So yeah, that sucks. I can't believe yeah. So I still don't get a strike, but whatever.
JV,
Rugrat.
you're up. We're going back to you, round 3.
I hate
My next one actually spawned off, got a spinoff in the 90s after one of its little inside cartoon, a cartoon inside the cartoon. I'm going with Animaniacs.
Animaniacs.
Wait a minute. Say what you said again so I understand what you just said.
What do you mean? So there was actually Pinky and the Brain
Yeah.
was a segment within Animaniacs, and it later got a spinoff to it where its own show.
Yeah, okay. I wasn't sure if you
No.
were saying Animaniacs was a spin-off to Pinky and the Brain or Pinky and the
No,
Brain
no.
was a spin-off to Animaniacs.
Yeah.
I don't know. And you're like, it had a spin-off. You should have just said it was Pinky and the Brain.
Right.
All right. Shut up.
All right, fuck off.
All right. Fair enough. Well played. I like the argument. It was sound, constructed, executed. Well done.
Let Fuzzy pick now so that we can tell him it was from the 80s again. And
Animaniacs was really good. I think that was like one that talked to both parents and children.
yeah, some of the jokes in there are very adult jokes.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's one that actually, if you go back now and still watch, holds up very well.
Yeah.
Very well.
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
I would put that up there with South Park. I liked Animaniacs.
Yeah, it's on my list for sure. I mean, it's a good one,
Yeah.
dude.
It's not on my list, but I do. I am a.
We're the Animaniacs, and we're zany to the max. Yeah. All right. Very nice. All right. There you go. You're up, Fuzz.
I don't know why I like this show. It was so cheesy. It was so like. I don't know why I liked it, and I did it, and that would be Captain Planet and the Planeteers. It was
Fuck
such.
you.
I
Okay,
don't know.
so
I
Earlier,
don't.
Keith.
I don't know why I have it on there. I don't know why I watched it, but I did.
I love the Don Cheadle live action version.
Oh God, that was horrendous.
It was awesome.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
There's a live action?
Oh
Don
yeah,
Cheadle as Captain
Don
Planet.
Cheadle
He's
was
amazing, dude.
That was Captain Planet. So earlier, when Keith asked how many that I think would be crossovers, like that was not one of the three that I thought would be crossed over onto either one of your lists. Like South Park, I had on my list. And I figured that was going to be on at least one, if not both lists. I actually thought Animaniacs might cross over a little bit, but was not expecting Planet to be there. I thought it'd be too bubblegum for you guys.
No, I
You
watched
got
it. I
that
don't
right,
know
dude.
why. It was on in the morning when I was getting ready for school, or I don't know why. And then, dude, it was on for 6 years, so it did something right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not being judged by a bald headed prick. Let's get that out of the street.
Okay. Thank you, sir. It was very musical, and I agree. It was of talent.
We
Um,
are going to be the next Spider-Man 3, the musical.
I guess
We are.
this does come over to me now. Um, and I'm gonna take. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's okay. I'm risking something else, but I think it's worth putting up as my third pick, and that is going to be Bobby's World,
Fucker.
You son of a bitch.
and that's going to be Bobby's World. The reason I'm taking this, I could have taken this one, two, or one or two on mine. I had no idea Howie Mandel has literally had like 4 decades of lasting impression on me as an entertainer. But his Bobby character was just like I felt like it talked to me. He was just like this kid with a super cool imagination. Um, and he was like he was always trying to do good and he like showed empathy and he wanted to like I don't know. I was just really cool. He was a cool character. He wasn't like I don't know. It kind of like I think Caillou tried to be like Bobby, but Caillou was annoying.
Right.
I think
So
that's
you're
what it
saying
was.
you took more after Caillou than you did after Bobby, but you looked up to Bobby.
There we go. Okay. All right, we're gonna just go with the ball joke. I mean, like,
Yeah.
dude, you literally. Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Right.
I didn't go with I said you look up to Bobby, and your personality is closer to that of Caillou.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
wasn't the ball joke.
Ah, okay. All right.
I don't
Can't
even
pick on
know.
the guy with alopecia.
I don't
Okay.
even know. I don't. Wow. I don't even. I've never watched Caillou.
It's pretty. I mean, I haven't had to suffer through it, but I know that he's just not he's not palatable as a character.
Yeah, I think I just never got the like the YouTube clips of somebody using it for like 3 seconds of him whining about something. So,
I'm assuming Bobby's World was big for you guys.
oh yeah, definitely enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that
What-
big wheel he
that big
just rode
wheel.
around on, man. Yeah.
I tried that in my neighborhood. It didn't work out too well.
I got something for you. Here's a it was on for 8 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was on when I was in middle school. It finished when I was in college.
That's insane. It
Yeah.
probably could hold up still today if Howie decided he wanted to do it again.
Yeah. Well, he's podcasting now with his daughter, and if you guys, haven't checked out Howie Mandel's podcast, he's still funny. And it's
yeah.
a really good. He gets big names on it. And people love coming on to talk to him. He's still Howie effing Mandel, but he's down to earth. He's just he's a guy who's neurotic with OCD, and he talks about it. He's good.
Yeah.
All right. So I am looping back around into the fourth round, first pick. And I hope I'm stealing from you guys on this one. Because it was a great show. Another one that's I think weird, but if you got it, you got it, and it was The Tick.
Well, I mean, I watched episodes here and there. It wasn't on my list. It was. I know the one guy does the voice. He's a character actor. He's the big tall guy who was in. I think he was in Men in Black too.
Putty Seinfeld, Patrick.
Yeah. Warburton.
Yeah, Patrick Warburton. He's hey everybody.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was a basketball ref in the one movie with Martin Lawrence, or not a ref.
Didn't
He
he
was
do
a coach.
one of the rides on Disney too?
Yeah. Yeah, suit up.
Yeah. It was really funny. Silly show, superhero, spoofy. But it again it had some like humor to it that like it was just weird enough for me to really just like love and get. And then there was the live action tick that came out in the 90s that was really good. And I think
Didn't they
Amazon
try to make a
recently tried
movie
to do
too?
it. Yeah, I don't think it lasted very long, but I caught a couple episodes. Not as good as the original cartoon or live action though.
Yeah. Was there an attempt at a movie too? Wasn't there?
Was there? I believe you.
I thought there was.
I believe you.
I want to say it was like somebody dumb, and that's why it didn't last that long. It was like Michael Cera or something that dumb to be done for it. So I don't know. I can't find it on IMDb, so I might have been wrong.
Lies.
It was right up there with it was right up there with the Nicolas Cage Superman movie.
Yeah.
Oh, so close.
Come on! Oh, you suck. Yes! My second pick, or I'm sorry, my fourth pick. This show ran for 3 years. Its last 2 seasons were a total of 13 and 13 episodes. The first season, it had 65 episodes. Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
That's a spinoff.
65 episodes in the first season. That's wild.
That was a
That's pretty
spinoff.
standard for cartoons.
That's like 8 years. That's like 8 years on Netflix.
That was a spinoff, right? From DuckTales?
Yeah, from DuckTales.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck was a spinoff, and so was the Robo Duck one, or
Gizmo.
Gizmo.
Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted DuckTales to be in the 90s, but it wasn't
It
because
was like 88. It was like just barely out of there.
yeah, it's sitting there and he's dancing and jumping in gold coins. I'm like, it's all I want to do.
Scrooge, dude. Scrooge
Oh.
McDuck is like one of those guys. Like such a. Hey, did you guys watch the new DuckTales? It was really good.
I saw a couple episodes.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty good actually. That was David Tennant, the 10th Doctor from Doctor Who did Scrooge McDuck. He was really
Yeah.
good.
I think that's
He does-
why
he's almost
I
good in all
gave it a
voiceover
chance.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty solid pick with Darkwing Duck. I have it actually on my honorable mention list.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, nice. Okay, all right. That's coming to you, JV.
All right. So my next pick is actually a spin-off of its of a cartoon of when it was doing its own thing. It's a little Hanna-Barbera, but this iteration was from 93 to 2012. And it's Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. It's the one where it was kind of like the Tonight Show where you do interviews with celebrities. It was kind of that mixed live action cartoon stuff. It was always fun.
No idea.
It was on Cartoon Network. They cut
Adult
up a
Swim
lot
had it
of
for a while. Yeah.
They cut up so the original intention was they didn't want to spend money to do any filming animation, so they cut up all of the original run and turned it into like people coming on and getting interviewed by these clips of Space Ghost from his original run. Then it took off, and they actually really started redoing a lot of animation to kind of make it a real show.
Yeah.
Which is clever, but like I think the first 2 seasons they didn't run any new animations. It was just everything from like the original 70s run.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
How does Melissa remember that show? I've never heard of Space Ghost.
Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, and
Really?
Thorax. He was his like enemy in the cartoon in the 70s, but he was his band leader in the. And
I
he's
thought
always
that
like,
was-
"I'll kill you, Space
I-
Ghost."
I
Yeah.
thought the Lorax was the other one.
Not
Am I
Lorax.
right, or am I making all
Thorax.
this up?
Not Lorax. No, he was the Zorak. He was the he was the band leader in the thing in
Yeah.
the in Coast to Coast.
But
Isn't
in the
Zorak-
70s shows, like one of his like deadliest enemies.
Hold
Yeah.
on,
Oh
is it-
yeah, they were
wait a
always
minute.
going back and forth.
Wait. A Zorak, isn't that the guy from Toy Story? Buzz Lightyear?
Oh my god.
No, that's Zorg,
Stop. Yeah.
You don't like my jokes?
not Zurg, to be confused from the Fifth Element. Gary Oldman, right?
Great. Canada's on the power play. USA hockey player doesn't have his stick, and it's like basically a 5-on-3. This is going to be fun. There you go.
It's all right. They'll just slide and put their face in front of it and let their teeth get knocked out.
Hockey players are a different breed.
Yeah.
JV, take us with your fifth.
All right.
please.
Next one, again, going a little more adult on this one. The later 90s. So I probably really watched it more in the 2000s than I did in the 90s. But it's Family Guy.
That was going to be my next pick.
I'm glad I stole it from you then.
All right, Family Guy. I mean, it's not even on my list as an honorable mention.
Really?
Or on my list. I just not a Family Guy. I do like Seth MacFarlane, but Family
Dude,
Guy.
It got canceled because it was so over the top, and then 2-on-1. It got canceled because it was so over the top, and then they brought it back. Like I don't know how you. I don't know.
Oh, you changed my mind. Maybe I am wrong.
Yeah. It was one of those shows that I like little one-liners come up every now and again, or like now it's starting to pop up on my Facebook feed, and I enjoy the little one-liners and the little quips that it throws out there every now and again. So that's just my take on it.
It's a good. I'm not knocking.
Gears.
Notice I'm not knocking the pick. I understand people like it. It's not like I'm like, how do you like? I like Rick and Morty, and people don't like Rick and Morty. So, I do get it. We got some. We do have some.
I do not know this Space Ghost that Melissa's talking about.
Yeah, we have. She's really. How do you not know this, bro? This whole list. This is okay. Look, I get you. Listen, this is sad right here. The gummy bears thing. That's sad.
Right.
No.
And you married him, Melissa.
It's not over. It's not over. I feel like we might be able to redeem ourselves.
I'm not.
So
okay. As a matter of fact, I thought your list would jive with hers the most. Actually, I could see her liking Ren and Stimpy. I could see her liking Rugrats, but she wasn't a Nickelodeon kid. She was a Disney kid. So no. Okay.
So no, she was not a Disney kid because this show that I pick.
All right. Hold on.
Just making sure no one picked it yet. It's like that draft. I mean, Pinky and the Brain.
We mentioned it.
Yeah, I mentioned it only because it was part of Animaniacs, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it's its own entity, and it carried itself. Like it went from like being like one of those one-off. See, that's what I said. I was right about that. I said no Rugrats. She wouldn't have like. At first I corrected myself. I could see why you would not like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pinky and the Brain is good. It gave like a real story to it, other than just two rats trying to get out of a cage like once every 4 or 5 days. You know what I mean?
I don't think I could ever like in my brain. I couldn't separate the actual cartoon from the stuff inside of Animaniacs. So that's why I didn't put it down on my list, because my brain just wasn't separating them. It was still all the same to me.
I liked Animaniacs way more than just Pinky. I liked Animaniacs because it had Pinky and the Brain.
Come on. Yeah. G-Brain, what do you want to do tonight? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. try to take over the world. Like,
I
come
like.
on.
Listen, so here we go. We got people coming in. It doesn't matter if you like gummy bears. It's from the 80s. It's from 85.
They changed the rules, Melissa.
No, they didn't.
I didn't read the rules, and
You're the one that said it.
We got
You said it first.
yeah,
no,
right.
I know. I said
You said 90s, right? Question mark.
Right.
and then
Dude,
then it was all shows, and then got to go with JV list. Get the fuck. He's got fucking Space Ghost.
Don't
Ghost to
worry.
Ghost.
Don't worry, Rich. I'll ruin it. It's what I do. I have the good
Oh,
one going for a little while, and then I
oh,
will
yeah.
ruin it.
I swear
Just
to God,
wait.
I swear to God, if he's got like Jingle All the Way, the animated version,
There's an animated one?
I hope not. And if there is, I'm sure it's on your list.
I'm so glad I was able to get my next pick this late in the game. I hope maybe you guys overlooked it. Maybe it's on your list. It should be on your list and not on your honorable mentions. This was one that we all kind of quoted.
It was my next one.
Yeah,
It was
Tiny
between-
Toon Adventures.
It was between
oh.
between that and Pinky and the Brain.
Tiny Toons Adventures. That one was such a good, like, I guess, reboot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Plucky go down the hole. Yeah, Babs, right?
Yeah.
Who else?
Just
Those were my two
Elvira?
favorite.
the
Elmira,
baby
yeah,
bird, Elvira.
Elmira, right? That's
I
that's
just
my
wanna
wife. She
hug
just the way
you
she
and
hug, yeah.
squeeze you. Yeah.
That's with animals, right? Yeah. Such a good one. And that one was like a middle school through high school kind of show.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. I did. I did. I married Elmira. That is how she handles all of our fur babies. The same way as Elmira did.
That's just comical.
Let's see. All right, cool. This is good. All right, this is good because it allows me to go back around and steal
Hold
this
on.
son of a bitch.
Hold on. That's the only thing that was on TV when she was in labor with Chase. I don't know why we didn't change the channel.
For 20 hours. Yeah, why just not? I feel like that's a you problem, not a Family Guy problem. Like that's like a replace the remote batteries.
It's not a Family Guy. Awesome, we just playing Family Guy.
This next pick I know is gonna make Missy happy because it makes me happy, and it's a great one, and that would be Doug. Doug actually was on Nickelodeon. It ran for 3 years. The reason I really like Doug was because he grew up with us. He like as he went from middle school to like transitioning into high school and then transitioning like into like 10th and 11th grade, like he grew up with us. That hurts my feelings, Melissa. I thought you would have liked Doug.
Wow. It's a good thing you didn't actually marry her.
Listen,
'Cause you guys are just way off.
I didn't ask Jen to check off this list of cartoons before we got married, bro.
Wow. Maybe you should have.
I was gonna say maybe you should have.
No, then it's just I don't want to give you guys up. All right. All right. Yeah, Doug was one of those like kind of just like it felt like it was a cartoon that grew with the generation that it started with, and it was really respectful. I like that.
So I'm pretty sure that this is on people's list, and it was on for 5 years. I don't know if it was considered. Could be considered emo, very dry. It was on. It was on MTV.
There we go.
Yep. Knew that was coming. I knew one of you two would have it.
It's
I
on my
didn't
list.
know.
It's on my list.
So I didn't watch it when it first came out, and then I started watching it like just it was on MTV all the time, or it was on another show, and I was like, oh, and it was kind of funny. Like I like the dry humor. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh, I love Daria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I don't even know why you two got married. Daria was a very dry, sarcastic show. She was actually really unlikable as a character.
Listen, my wife has no sense of humor. She didn't like Superbad.
Right. Here's the thing. Here. This is the irony behind it. Daria reminds me so much of Missy.
Oh,
So
geez.
much.
Oh, I don't know about that, but Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, how mean she can be to people and just so dry to them.
Okay, I can see that. Okay.
Yes, and she wore glasses and she was just like this mega B in high school, and I'm like, yeah, that's like Missy.
Well,
She was so mean to people.
I don't know. I mean, I know she was mean to me. She kicked me in the face before we were even dating, and then so I didn't know she didn't have. I didn't know that she was mean in high school.
She's not a bully. I'm not saying she was going around pushing people into the dirt. But if you annoyed her, she'd let you know. What are we talking about here? It's
Trust me, I know. I hear about it all the time.
Hey, listen.
I mean, she kicked my daughter down the steps, so I can see it.
When did she kick your daughter down the steps?
What did I tell you?
Apparently, there's a story that she did. I don't know the whole thing, but I think it was accidental. I'm pretty sure. I'm hoping it was accidental.
They almost fought on the cruise. I remember that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Not awkward at all.
I always tell you, with age comes dementia and some wisdom. This is where the wisdom slipped in. Oh wow.
Shit.
Is it tied up now?
Yeah.
2-2.
Yeah. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dickie.
I had it on the screen too, and I have it minimized. Damn.
Call that shit back.
All right. This is running back to you, JV.
All right. See, this is the part where I screw it up, and it's just because I actually like the show. It's a little nerdy of me.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's a source of some of our jokes because we played a game where this was the answer, and our friends did not seem to understand or get it. I enjoyed Bob the Builder.
If we were on the
we build it?
radio,
Yes, we can.
I don't.
Jesus
I don't.
fucking Christ!
I don't.
This might be the Jingle All the Way version of.
Yeah.
All right.
Worse, maybe.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
It's good. You shouldn't, because it was a great show.
Hey.
Anytime you have a talking hammer, it's great.
Didn't Handy Manny have a talking hammer?
Yeah,
I think he's wrong. I think he's so wrong. He picked. What a waste, bro.
I did mix it up. Yeah.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
All right.
Shut up. Just shut up.
I got nothing.
All right. And
hold on. Here we go. Oh no, wrong one.
Wasn't fucking Bob the Builder Home Improvement but a cartoon?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh my God.
You suck. I'm glad you wasted that. I'm so glad. You deserve that.
That's all right.
I've never
I think
watched
Bob the Builder came out in the 2000s too, so like that's why I definitely highlighted it.
No.
Thought I looked it up. I'm pretty sure I looked it up. It was like 97, I think.
And you wanted Handy Manny.
No, I enjoyed Bob the Builder too.
You enjoyed him so much. You remembered his talking hammer.
Listen, that
97,
shit. Bob, that shit. Yeah, it started in the United Kingdom. It started in the piece of shit world in the United Kingdom, and they're like, "Oh, let's take it over to America."
Yeah.
I don't know why I sounded Irish there.
All right. I was gonna say, did you find a pot of gold at the end of that accent, sir?
What the hell was that?
Oh,
Here,
that's your great job.
that was
Yeah.
when you picked it.
Yes.
Like,
Here's the problem. I feel like you should lose your next pick because of this. Like that's how annoyed I am at you. Like I feel like all the GMs took a vote and they were like, "Yeah, this dude sucks so bad it doesn't even matter."
It's like you forfeited your pick in the NFL draft. Like you did what?
Sorry, I got another one coming up. It's fine.
All right. I mean, that's what we're debating. Do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh God.
You only forfeit the one that you screwed up.
All right, man. Go ahead.
All right.
Hold on. At least I forfeited my pick because I got the year wrong. I got the absolute year
I mean,
wrong.
it's still the gummy. It's still gummy bears.
No.
It's not-
You.
It's not just the year. You didn't lose it just because of the year.
Yes, I did. You
Yeah.
picked Bob the Builder voluntarily.
I
You
did.
looked at that list. You hit Google. You looked at a list and you said, you know what? I'm not even gonna be on my honorable mention. I'm just gonna throw it in my list.
That's what
Yeah.
you did.
Well, we changed the rules in the middle of the day.
No, what? That's
It wasn't
that's
on my
your
list
excuse?
until you changed the rules.
Oh, you still picked Bob the Builder.
I had to pick something.
The options didn't get that much limited that you felt like Bob the Builder was like a last straw.
It was.
Okay,
It's my
bro.
protest.
All right. Well, I want to hear your 7 pick now.
All right, my next one, a little more MTV action that I watched. The rare times I got to watch MTV was Beavis and Butthead.
Well, hold on. Just to make sure, I believe it's Beavis and Butthead. With
It is.
hyphen.
So hold on. So you put Bob the Builder in front of Beavis and Butthead.
Right. That.
Like it's
It's about getting reaction. I'm going for the clicks here, guys.
no, you're not.
I'm
The
willing to
internet
go
just
viral.
groaned.
That's fine. They groan every 23 seconds when Trump tweets something out. So
the
might
best
as well
part of
get mine in there and in
be-
between those.
like I said, the best part about right, like was literally the silence.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're right. You just fucked it up. Ugh.
You made me question the last 58 minutes of my life.
You're
Good.
making me.
That's what I'm here for.
You're making me question my next pick.
I mean, dude,
And
it can't be any worse than that.
No, it's not. I just think it ain't Callaloo. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Caillou.
Whatever. My pick is I don't know why I like this show. I don't even think it was a good show. But it's one of those Fox shows where it just stayed on the air forever.
Whoa. If I think it is what it is, and you said it's not even a good one.
No. I like it. I don't know if other people do. And
dun, dun, dun,
King of the Hill.
No, okay, never mind. All right.
No.
All right.
No, King of the Hill. Like I know it's
Damn it, Bobby.
yeah, and I love the way he talks to it.
Damn it, Bobby.
Like
The guy
and
that
it's
you
like
can't understand.
yeah, and it's not like it's not like it's a funny show. It's got its moments, but it's I don't know why I just like it. Like I watch it when it comes on. I like the wife Peggy. I think it's hilarious. I think it's more, and we think it's like more or less Married with Children, but he's got friends, and it's real, and he just hangs out front and drinks.
You both had back-to-back Mike Judge shows right there, Beavis and Butthead, and then King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
See, my feelings on King of the Hill were kind of the same feelings I had about Friends. Like, there's good moments, and then and funny moments, but I didn't enjoy the whole series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, The Simpsons were in the 80s.
88, baby girl. 88, baby girl. 88.
The Simpsons.
88.
Yeah, we're doing 90s,
88, baby girl.
and apparently Bob the Builder.
Yep.
Like, we did 90 shows and Bob the Builder. It gets its own title.
Yeah.
God.
Listen, both of those are actually good. Beavis and Butthead is on my list.
It's on my list. It's on my list.
It's on my list. However,
Listen, everybody has seen an episode. Everyone has seen an episode of Beavis and Butthead, maybe except my wife. But
Yeah.
but everyone has seen an episode.
Cool.
come to Butthead.
I did not see the movie. I will say that.
I am the Great Cornholio. All right. So look, I have the last pick. This one's not going to win anyone over. I saved it to the end because I knew it was going to be there. I could have taken it in the first three. I could have taken it anywhere in here. It was a great show. It's X-Men. That was a 5-year run from, I believe, like 92. It came out. It was kind of in direct contrast to Batman anime. So I like the fact that they're my bookends here. But those and it just goes to show, like, X-Men 97 came out last year and it was so good. It was a continuation of that series from almost 20 years ago, and it just holds up so well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it off with X-Men. We are gonna go into our honorable mentions. I'm not gonna put them up there. I'm just gonna leave our list up so people can comment and judge. What is your first honorable mention, JV?
Bob
My
the
first
Builder
one,
too.
yeah, the sequel. Mine was. It's a show that only got one season. I felt like it should have got more. I enjoyed it. It starred three of the greatest athletes of all time: Mr. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan, and Bo Jackson. For those that don't know, it was called Pro Stars. Very much a GI Joe esque kind of a thing. Whereas like you had a great moral story, going through the whole thing, saving kids, great for kids kind of a deal. So that was mine. My first one is Pro Stars. And if I knew how to
I
create
don't
video,
think
I'd replay the intro.
I don't think I ever watched it.
I have no idea. I have no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
Again, I'm gonna
go-
go. I'm gonna
go
go
ahead.
back. I'm gonna go back to what I said to you guys on the Simpsons were the '80s, Rich.
Well, no, here's the deal. The Simpsons were the 80s by 14 days, guys. 1989 December was their first Christmas special with Santa's Little Helper. That was the beginning of The Simpsons. So the air date of the show had to have been prior to, it had to have been 90s or sooner. Yes.
It had to be January 1st, 1990.
It's the way all of our drafts have worked. We know.
Yeah.
We know. The Simpsons, we know. And then people can also argue The Simpsons were in 87 with Tracy Ullman as well. I don't know. I don't know what, like, I don't know if that's like something I'm willing to argue, but yeah, a lot of shows were still running in the 90s, but if they start in the 80s, they're considered 80 shows.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's what, like, I think we started.
Yeah, that's been our rule from the jump.
Yeah,
like it was all about, like, when we did the movies, it was about, when did they premiere, when were they released, theatrical releases. When we went to the TV shows, it was when was their first show, what year was it, and that's where it counted. So
I know. Listen, I know people don't love it. I get it. People are not happy with that rule. Let me go to the
just
judges and
remember
see. Let's see. Hold on. Let me go to the judges. That, yeah. Well, no, they make a good point. Right. You want me to tell them? All right, just shut the fuck up. They said the judges
Here's
said
the,
shut the fuck up.
here's the problem, audience. He's talking to the voices in his head. So say a prayer for Jenny and the boys tonight.
Okay. Fuzzy, what's your first honorable?
I am actually surprised that this wasn't on anyone's list.
Yeah,
I feel like it's our dry sense of humor, and that would be the critic.
it's
I don't
on
know
my
if any.
honorable. It's on my honorable mention list.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I
John
said,
Lovett's the critic. Yep, it's on there.
I'm actually like kind of surprised. It had a 7-year run. Like
Yeah.
it was like very dry, but again,
Would you believe?
yes.
John, that was really good run. Really good run of a show for him. I did like the critic. I also liked Dr. Katz, professional therapist. That was kind of like the same vein. Those two. My first honorable mention. We were only doing two. My first honorable mention is Futurama.
Son of a bitch.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah, and Futurama for me actually could have been on my list too. I could have actually replaced it with The Tick and put in Futurama for me. Just because I feel like I've rewatched Futurama more than I have rewatched The Tick. I've only rewatched The Tick once or twice.
I just want to point out that I'm on IMDb's like top list,
Yeah.
and I think JV has one on there. Two. He's got two.
Hold on, and let me take a guess. On JV's list, I would say Ren and Stimpy.
Mm-hmm.
It's either Rugrats or Animaniacs.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. He's got
Oh.
three. Oh no. All of our lists have every. So yeah.
Wait, so are you looking at the list that was just of the 90s or their top 90s?
No, of the 90s.
Okay, because all of mine are on there somewhere. It might be at the bottom, except for
No.
Bob.
No.
Bob the Builder's the only one not
So
on there.
out of the top 50,
All right, I'll give you that.
you have two that didn't make it.
Let's see. Bob the Builder,
Yep.
Space Ghost.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see. You didn't. You had Gummy Bears didn't make it, right?
Everyone made it except Gummy Bears. I think Daria was last.
All right.
Futurama was last.
Futurama was or what about my list? What didn't make it on mine?
I can't see yours. Hold on.
All right, Batman, Spider-Man, Bobby World, Tick, Tiny Toons, Doug, and X-Men.
The Tick is on there.
Yep.
I'm sure Doug is.
Yeah, Doug was on there.
Yeah, Doug's.
I don't know
there.
if it's in the top 50, but it was definitely.
I'm looking at. I'm looking at the time. Spider-Man isn't on here. Batman Beyond is. Oh wait, there's Spider-Man.
Batman. I included all the Batmans when my Batman pick was Batman,
okay.
and then Batman Beyond was like the third series of it. But it's Batman Beyond was fabulous. But
Doug in the top 49. Doug is not on there.
Okay.
Everything else is.
All right, fair enough. JV, lead us on your last honorable.
So my last honorable, I'm kind of doing what you did a little bit with the Batman and taking two shows that kind of wrapped together throughout the 90s.
Yeah.
Or their continuations was the Super Mario Brothers cartoons, the 3 and the Adventures of the Mario Brothers. It was one of those things that I enjoyed playing the video games, watching the cartoons on it, just enjoyed it.
Was that the one with Link every Friday with Zelda?
I think there was the spinoff, the little insider of it. Yeah, I think that was the first, just the regular Mario Brothers. I don't think that was 3.
Not the one with Captain
I
Lou.
mix them
Captain
up,
Lou Alabama was the right.
He was the live action, where it started off where they were live. This was that, and I think that actually started like 88, 89, something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I felt like
But
that was 80s.
these two were just straight animation all the way through.
Gotcha.
So
okay. No, I don't think I saw that. Did you see that? Fuzz?
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not. They're honorables. Like I don't judge. What's your next honorable fuzz?
You don't judge. What about Bob the Builder?
You're right. That's in red. That was stupid. That was so
for
stupid.
for me, for my honorable mention is Tailspin.
That was another spin-off, right? Of
Yep.
DuckTales.
I think they were all spin-offs. No,
Tailspin was
Chippendales, I think.
no, wasn't that Baloo from the Jungle Book?
No, I think you were right. It was either Chippendales or DuckTales. Either
Yeah.
one.
No, I think
Chippendale
yeah.
Rescue Rangers. It might have been.
Yeah.
You're right. Might have been. Yeah. I don't think I caught too many of those.
Another one that had 66 episodes in one season.
All right.
Good Christ.
Yeah, Tailspin.
Those
was
animators
with Baloo.
never slept, dude.
It was a Jungle Book.
Yeah, we know it's
It's a
Baloo.
spin-
I'm not debating that, but it's not a spin-off of the Jungle Book.
No, it wasn't a spinoff even of Rescue Rangers. He wasn't on Chippendale at all.
I thought that guy was on DuckTales.
No,
The pilot guy?
no, that's there was a later show that came up with I forget what the hell his name is. Hold on.
Are we all right, hold on.
ahead.
Tailspin. Hold on. Tailspin. Yeah. They used characters from pretty much Darkwing Duck,
Launchpad McQuack.
DuckTales, Chippendale, Rescue Rangers. We remember it because they took characters.
Yeah.
They basically took characters from pretty much everywhere.
Yeah.
So we
So
all remember
it was just like a Disney throw in all the characters together kind of a thing.
Correct.
It wasn't really just the spinoff.
Yeah. Okay. That's why
But
we all remember it.
Launchpad McQuack was the pilot from DuckTales.
DuckTales. That's how I remember it as being a DuckTales spinoff. But then they also brought in the Ranger thing from Chippendale. There's someone from Goof Troop, someone from Aladdin. Ooh.
Yeah, they did like all the cameos. It was like a Disney cameo.
Gotcha. Okay.
Everybody's flying in.
Gotcha. And it all revolves around him running like an airport.
Yeah.
Service. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. My last pick is one that not a lot of people got to see because it was on HBO. Very dark, very disturbing, very edgy in terms of what cartoons. Now they're a dime a dozen. Creature Commandos is way more graphic than this thing ever was. So, like my point is like I think this might have been one of the very first graphic cartoons I'd ever seen, and that's Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. That was a 2-year run. I was either going to go with that or Eon Flux on MTV, which had like a 4-year run, which was really good, but that was super weird. And I lost interest in it. So I'll go with Spawn. I never lost interest in it.
All right. I thought you were going to say Babar.
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 But I think that might have been the 80s, but I might be wrong.
Oh, I don't want you to get that confused with Arthur, know, because, you seem to be having trouble confusing your animals and your characters here.
Yes.
What is our next topic? And I'm gonna not pick it. I'll let you guys, or I'll let someone from the audience chime in. Let them pick it. Or at least tell me what we missed here. What is the ones we missed?
Baseball is what we're doing next.
Oh yeah, well that is coming back. The Hall of Fame Club. That will start. We have our first. Might as well talk about that. Plug that one. Hall of Fame Club podcast will be coming back. We have our first exhibition game this weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Don't expect to see too much. Everyone's going to be limited, I'm assuming, if at all. A lot of guys are going to get a lot of looks this weekend. When are we coming back for the Hall of Fame Club, gentlemen?
I'd say 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. So next Thursday, not next Thursday. That'll be, let's make sure we just have our dates up here.
Right.
That'll be March 6th.
Yep.
March
That'll
6th.
be the. Are we doing Northeast Philly on that one on the 6th and sticking with the Tuesday thing for baseball for the Hall of Fame Club?
I don't
Or
know.
do we want to just
I would stick with Thursday, and then when we
Okay.
start doing like the regular stuff, we'll change days. But
Well, there you go. Hall of Fame
So
Club
on the
comes back to you March 6th.
Alright.
Northeast Philly podcast will be on a variable schedule moving forward. Is that what you just
Sounds
said to
good.
me?
sounds like a plan.
Very good. I like it. I just want our people to know because it's getting hard for me to go to the mall lately. Ever since the pods have been kind of taking off. I go to the mall and people want my autograph all the time. I was like, I try and get out there, like, sir, you can't get out of it. You gotta sign this, and I'm like, I don't have
Well, would
time. I
you
know.
only go with your family because that's all that's ever at the mall is like you and whoever's there. Nobody goes to the mall anymore. So
Yeah, but they won't even let me leave the store, and they're like, no, you gotta sign here, and I'm like, I know you like the show, and
these
like,
electronic things never read right though.
and here's my thing. This is all a lie because Keith doesn't leave his house. He Amazon shops and he Uber eats everything, or he sends his wife out in the middle of a plane crash to get his stuff.
Yeah.
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 No argument, no nothing.
Nope.
That's I like the way you're describing my situation. It makes me realize how good I've got it. Thank you, sir.
He was the only person that was sad when lockdown ended.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't like dealing with people, like more people.
Listen, the minute I got back out on the road, I realized we were way better being inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. They want me to credit card. I thought they saw the podcast. Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Why they won't let me leave.
They call security on you when you try to leave without giving the autograph.
I don't know.
Boy.
Something was better than Bob the Builder. Maybe anything.
Yeah.
Anything. Anything could have been better than Bob the Builder.
I can't believe you looked at a list and put that on there.
You weren't that desperate. You could have used any one of your honorables to replace that.
Yeah.
Or not used it.
Or not change the rules 10 minutes before we go on the air.
I don't even care about that. Listen, I'm taking the heat for gummy bears, but no, that's your excuse. That's your excuse for picking Bob the Builder.
No, I have no excuse. Listen, you go and edit this down, throw it up on TikTok, and we'll become the next Kardashians.
I am gonna do what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through the videos.
Look, I have a fat ass, but I don't think I'm getting Kardashian famous.
And I am putting on your picks.
All right, that's fine.
Bob the Builder, Jingle All the Way. Oh my God, those two picks make me want to run through my door face first.
You just don't appreciate good art.
You can't say that out loud.
Sure I can. Just did. On air, recorded.
I thought Keith bleeped you out when you said retard.
Gentlemen, please be ready for the Hall of Fame Club podcast. I don't need any dumb predictions like last year.
And for everyone out there, JV is our DEI hire.
That's why we have no funding.
That's why.
Yeah. They got cut.
I also did want to say happy
Right.
birthday today.
That's probably
to-
why Fuzzy hates that show. He can't build anything.
Listen. I can build a lot of shit. It just isn't going to work when I'm done.
I
Maybe
just
you
wanted
should've
to give a
watched
very
Bob a little
special
more.
birthday wish, gentlemen, to Bruce Wayne. It's his birthday today. So if you're listening, we're big fans, Bruce.
What are you?
Do I look like a cop? All right, gentlemen. Till next time. Hall of Fame Club podcast coming to you March 6th. And once again, Northeast Philly podcast will become variable during the Philly season, and we hope you join us during the season. JV, take us out like a pimp.
All right. Thank you again, everybody,
Do
for
not play the
joining
Bob
us.
the Builder song.
Oh, if I had it, I would. Thank you, everyone, again for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in 2 weeks where we get to talk about the Phillies and all of baseball. And, it's that happy baseball season, everybody.
And then real quick,
Wow.
Peyton
Someone
got
should be
her
thinking of that.
Peyton got her vanity today. She's like, Dad, bring this up and put it together. Me and Melissa both looked at her like,
Yeah,
what?
wrong.
Are you new here?
Her dad's not allowed to use tools.
Yeah,
I'm married
Oh.
to one.
that explains the text I got. Can you come put Peyton's thing together? Kind of like, can you come over and wait for my dryer? All right.
Love y'all. Night.
Bye, guys.